And Dennis is the more skeptical scientist. Like, he's a legitimate scientist, and he has some very, very unique, like, informed thoughts, particularly about the stoned ape theory. That's one of the more magical ones.
Yeah.
That's one of the more magical theories, because, man, if they're right, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
because that's a nutty one, dude.
That's a nutty one.
But that thing that became literally is why we became human. If that thing somehow or another became a Schedule I substance in this corrupt, fucked up culture, where you could get locked in jail for the very thing that turned us into people.
Right.
The very thing that the universe provided for you to grow and evolve, and it's your right as an evolved creature to rebel against that to the point where you can overthrow that, because it's insane. You've let tyrants take over the ability that people have to evolve that came straight from God.
Yes.
If that's what's really going on, like, that's the thing. That's like the push. That's like the people in front of Congress saying that, calling for death to the Jews doesn't constitute harassment unless it's actionable. It's like, it's a thing that makes you go, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
Someone's got to say, no, not only can you not take it, we're going to put you in a cage. We're going to make it the most illegal thing. Like, how are you making the thing that made people? Like, what data do you have that shows this is bad? Like,
dude,
you don't have any. How are you locking people up? That's crazy.
This is why I don't think it's Project Bluebeam. Because you could just tell people, don't eat that thing that makes you remember your God, and that you should love everyone around you, and that you're part of a holy, mystical instantiation of consciousness into time-space, because it's bad. And we're all like, okay, all right, if you say not to, I guess we can't.
But don't you think they don't know, which is part of the problem? Because if you really did know, if you'd really taken it, you would never want to stop people from taking it. So I don't think any of them have done it, which should be a prerequisite. I don't know. Graham Hancock has said, I think he had a crazy number. He said you should have no fewer than 20 ayahuasca or psilocybin experiences.
Jesus Christ.
If you want to be president.
Now that I agree with. And you should have, like...
Could you imagine if that was the thing that you had to put them through? If that was the thing, instead of these fucking goofy debates where they're all dunking on each other and, well, you got lifts in your shoes, son. Instead of that, if instead they all had to take psychedelics and we had to have access to their psychedelic ceremonies. So you could say, did he do his 5 sessions?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see, is his 5 sessions documented? Let's make sure we can watch his 5 sessions. Let's say if he doesn't scream out wild shit, like while he's like, what is he, maybe his real intentions will be revealed.
Dude,
like maybe 100%. When he gets, maybe he can't maybe he comes out of it a different person, he doesn't want to be president anymore.
Really?
Maybe he does the 5 sessions and be like, I'm changing the course of my life. Like, what am I doing? Yeah. That sounds nuts, but if we were a healthy society, we would legitimately consider whether or not someone should have some very powerful documented psychedelic sessions that we know at a dose to be a transformative experience, and have multiple ones of those documented if you want to run things.
Dude.
And you should probably have to keep up with it too. You probably have to do it every 6 months.
I think that should definitely be on the agenda. But let's start with just get them drunk. I want to see what you're like when you're hammered.
Right.
You know a lot about a person when you're around them when they're hammered.
Dude, some guys get super goofy when they get drunk.
Yeah.
They say some stupid things. Man.
Yeah. For whatever you say, we won't hold it against you, but I want to see like your energy shift when you're hammered. Like,
right.
What are you like? Are you a bully?
Like a fun drunk?
Fun drunk?
You're
I want my
drunk?
president to be a fun drunk.
Right.
I don't want a fucking angry drunk president.
Right.
Then you move on up the list of drugs and to just, what is their consciousness like in different psychedelic states?
Right.
And then from that, we can make a true judgment on whether
also
they'll
they'll know more about themselves and why they wanted to do it in the first place,
Right.
if they still want to do it after it's over. Because a lot of people think they want to be president just because it's hard to do. Like, there's a lot of things that are hard to do you shouldn't do.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of jobs that seem like they're good, but it's just hard to do. It's not, you don't want that.